Welcome to day 3. I'm Tauni, and today's class is going to be all about the hips and hamstrings. We're going to really get into that low body today. Remember, the purpose of this challenge is for you to pause your day, take some time for you, listening to what your body needs during your time on the mat. So let's honor that as we get started with day 3. So we're going to begin our class today down on our backs with knees bent. Closing our eyes, place your hands on your midsection on your belly. Begin to observe the breath, noticing the rise and fall of the belly with every inhale and exhale. Deepen your breath. Setting your personal intention for your time on the mat. Let's hug the knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. Placing the feet back to the mat. Let's flex that right foot, cross it over that left knee, and reach through, grabbing on behind that left thigh and beginning to stretch into that right hip. So if this is a challenge for you to even reach through the legs, use a towel or a strap. That can assist you because I'd like your shoulders to be relaxed down onto the mat. Begin to straighten that left leg up, saying hello to the hamstrings, all down the back of that leg. Releasing from the pose. Let's switch sides, taking left ankle above right knee, reach through, grab onto the back of the thigh or even up onto that shin. Stretching into the left hip. Straightening that right leg for a gentle hamstring stretch, never forcing. Coming out of the pose, we're going to roll to one side, come up and forward, and we're going to work our way into our first down dog. So hands are shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance. You're welcome here to take a moment to pedal out your feet or add any movement as you really begin to awaken all down the back side of the body. Then settle into your pose, into that V shape. Fingers slightly spread, putting weight into the fingers, heels relaxed. We're going to pick up that right foot and step it about where that right thumb is, dropping that back knee to the mat, coming into a kneeling lunge. So take time to make sure knee is straight over that ankle. Begin to walk the hands up above the knee. Take that breath in. Then as you exhale, see if you can release into the hip flexors of that left leg. So you're welcome to keep your hands right there where they are above that knee or extend them up. And gently lean over to the right side. Lifting up, coming out of your pose. Once again, taking it to the hamstrings. So we're going to send the hips back as we straighten that right leg and pull the right toes up towards you. As you lean forward, really stretching all through the back of the leg. Let's come forward, keeping the fingertips right here on the floor, even a block. If you need a block for elevation, you can do that. So you're going to choose to stay here or tuck that back toe lift the knee up off the mat and press through that heel. So keeping the back nice and long, your eyes are forward. Once again, listen to what you need. Either stay here or we're going to rise up for just a few breaths. Low ribs are pulling in, back leg straight. One more breath. Bring the hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. So we're going to try that on the other side. Bringing the left foot forward as we drop the back knee to the mat. Pause to find alignment. Make your choice to keep the fingertips on the floor or walk it up above that knee. Breathe, exhale into the hips. Staying or reaching those arms up, leaning over to the left. So as I guide you deeper and deeper, if your edge is down with the fingertips on the floor, honor that. It's your practice, your body. Lifting up, taking the fingertips to the floor if they're not already. So you can stay here in this kneeling lunge or lift the back knee up. And then stay here or come up for just a few breaths. Low ribs in, shoulders over hips. Beautiful. Bring it on down to the mat. Step back for down dog. We're going to step to the top of our mat. Bend both knees and reach your arms up for chair pose. So throughout this series, we've been working on our balance. We do one balance posture for every class. We're going to keep that consistency, standing up, bringing hands to heart. So I'm going to turn and face you just so you can see me. So we're going to do a one-leg chair. So if you need a chair beside you or move it over to a wall, please do so. So what we're going to do is one-leg chair. So pick up that right foot, flex it. So imagine what we just did on the floor in our very first pose. Place it above that knee, keeping that knee guided down. Bend your standing leg, hands to heart. Practice patience. You're using that whole foot of that standing leg. Really distribute your weight. One more breath. And come up. Beautiful job. Shake that out. We're going to try it again on the other side. So this time we flex the left foot. Cross it above that ankle. Bend, sink into your one-leg chair. Sometimes this is called standing pigeon. Don't worry about what things are called. Just feel it in your body. Practice patience in your balance. One more breath. And then we stand it up, shake it out. Moving back to the top of your mat. If you moved, feet are hip distance apart. Keeping the hands to the heart center. Bend your knees, bending back into that chair pose. So now we're going to hinge forward from our hips. You're welcome to keep those knees deeply, deeply bent. Place the belly on the thighs. And now relax the top of your head down towards the floor. Can you straighten your legs any amount? Getting into the hamstrings, all down the back of the legs. Now we're going to turn our gaze forward, take your hands to the shins or even a block, coming into your half lift, pull the shoulders back. See if you can straighten the legs any amount as you keep leaning forward. Exhale and fold. We're going to step back for a plank pose and take our knees down for supported plank. Let the tops of the feet find the mat. Slowly bend those elbows as you lower down. Now lift into cobra pose. Lifting the chest, elbows bent. Releasing down. Keeping the knees on the mat, press up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Begin to look forward as you walk the feet forward and have a seat on your mat. Extending the legs. Reach it up. Exhale, extend over for your forward fold. Lengthen with the inhale. Exhale, release. Let's start to come out of that pose, bending both knees. We're going to drop our knees wide. Bottoms of the feet are together. So again, you can just loosen up those hips, add a little movement, sit it up tall, and begin to hinge forward. Relaxing into the outer hips, into the inner thighs. Sitting up, lifting those knees up. We're going to take it on down to our back. Bringing the feet right underneath the knees, hands at your sides. Begin to press the hips up for a bridge pose, walking those shoulders together and down the back. We have bound our hands before. If you want to bind, feel free and do that. If not, just keep them separated. Releasing the hips. Let's move the feet together. Move your feet and knees together. Take your hands up for goalpost. So we're going to just gently pick the hips up, move them to the right side just a bit, and we're going to drop both knees stacked over to the left. See if you can keep both shoulders down on the mat. For this gentle twist. Begin to lift the knees back up. Shift the hips over to the left. Drop both knees stacked over to the right. So if you needed to make this less intense, just move the knees away from you. Taking less of a bend in the knees will ease this pose. Coming back up, hugging knees to chest. One more little massage here for your back. Then let's extend the legs out, moving into Shavasana. Softly close your eyes. Find stillness in both the body and the mind. I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you are welcome to stay here, to hit that pause button. Stay as long as you like, or if you're with me, begin to add that gentle movement back into the body. Then bending your knees and rolling to that right side into the fetal position, where I just encourage you to pause and acknowledge gratitude. Thankful for our bodies, for our time on the mat, and anything else it is you're thankful for today. Then help yourself up to have a seat on your mat. You did amazing. Hopefully that low body is looser and feels a little bit better than when you started. And hopefully you just feel better than when we started a few minutes ago. Let's bring our hands to our hearts, and from my heart to yours, namaste. Have a blessed day, and I will see you for day 4.